Joining us now on the broadcast live from New Delhi is former Captain Alok Bansal. Captain Bansal is the Director of India Foundation and the Executive Director of the South Asian Institute for Strategic Affairs. Thank you for joining us on the show, Captain Bansal. Captain Bansal, you are a strategic affairs analyst. Explain to us the significance of this deal for the various stakeholders involved.
See, firstly, we need to understand that Chagos Archipelago is so centrally located in Indian Ocean that there cannot be any substitute. It lies between Maldives and Mauritius. And consequently, Diego Garcia, which is the largest island in Chagos Archipelago, has been a very, very key component of United States supply base. In fact, in the Indian Ocean region, that's a very, very significant facility for the United States. And ever since Britain granted independence to Mauritius, the people who are living here, Chagosans, have been pushed and they have been shifted to Mauritius, and they have been requesting that their right to return should be given. Firstly, this deal marks the end of British imperialism. It actually marks the last vestiges of British colonialism in this Indian Ocean region. I think with this, there'll be no more British Indian Ocean territory, and I think Mauritius, which rightfully should claim it, will now get it back. And in due course, from India's point of view, since India and Mauritius have very, very good facility, I think we would be in a position to utilize some of these facilities. And as I said, Diego Garcia is probably as central a location in Indian Ocean as is feasible. And so any airbase or any base from here can actually give you phenomenal reach in all directions as far as Indian Ocean is concerned, virtually from Africa coast to middle of Indian Ocean or even beyond. Especially the western Indian Ocean will remain completely under its reach, both in the southern hemisphere as well as in the northern hemisphere. So its location is very, very important. And I think once it hands over, I think one of the proposals which you talked of, Mrs. Gandhi, in the olden days, which India used to support as Indian Ocean as a zone of peace, could also come towards fruition, because we have been supportive that no external power should remain in this particular region. And that's been our viewpoint for a very long period of time. And that, I think, would also come to fruition with this sort of a situation.
Captain Bansal, you just spoke about the relationship between Mauritius and India and the fact that no external power should probably come into this region. What do you have to say about the presence of a military base and the fact that the previous UK government had expressed a reservation about Mauritius perhaps allowing entry for China into this territory?
See, the previous UK government had prevented entry of any individual into these islands. In fact, except for the US military, which had which was occupying Diego Garcia, all other islands in the atoll were uninhabited. Even the Chagosans who would come for fishing would regularly be arrested and expelled. So UK government did not want any other power to come. They had given it to the US, and they wanted US to continue here. Eventually, I feel India, as the largest littoral power, should get into some sort of an agreement both with Mauritius and other island nations of Indian Ocean to utilize these facilities, because ideal country, the largest littoral naval power in the Indian Ocean is India, and ideally India should use these facilities in conjunction with the host countries, that is Mauritius in this particular country.
Captain Bansal, also what message does this give out to the international community about the Keir Starmer government?
See, it gives a very, very important message to the international community that the present government is not in favor of pursuing the policy of British imperialism or colonialism, because, as I said, this marks the end of British colonialism as far as Indian Ocean region is concerned, and that's a very, very significant development.
All right, Captain Bansal, thank you so much for joining us with your perspective on this. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.